Yeah, man. You were talking about drones. I've been seeing drones.
Seen them.
And it's fucking with my head, dude.
Like around here?
Yeah, St. Louis. And it was me and my buddy Joe were the ones seeing them a lot. We didn't know what the fuck they were. And then I started seeing them in my backyard. Like when I lived down in Soulard, and I saw the 2 times I went out to light a fire, I heard like that's how close this thing was. But I think it was just like a neighbor like fucking around or something.
What the hell was it doing? Was it just hovering in front of you?
It was like probably like 200 feet up, like a little ways away, and changing like heights. And I was like, man, if this thing gets in my zone, I'm gonna punch it out of the sky.
Yeah, but think, like, you're probably gonna get sued one day. I was thinking about that too. Like, I want to bash one, but then I'm gonna get sued for like the price of a drone, and I don't know how much a drone costs, but I feel like it's more than I have. But yeah, I'd bash a drone for sure.
It's like this new type of privacy evasion or something.
Yeah, it really
feels weird.
And then, like, there's a whole plan for, I think the FAA is going to come out with the thing, or maybe they already have, to, like, have airspace, essentially, for drones and, like, commercial and private drones.
Yeah, where you have to, you have to have them licensed and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works, but that makes sense. They should probably be licensed.
I guess.
I would do it.
I don't know. Getting the government in your business.
Yeah,
in your life.
We're slowly building ourselves towards a Terminator ending.
Well, I mean, it's like the more things we create, the more rules, right?
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah.
So it's just more.
You gotta have rules attached to it, how you use things, and proper techniques of making the product.
Ethics.
Because if it's made another way, it's not that product. Like bourbon and whiskey, like this. There's like whole government bureaus like that that are devoted just to like classifying bourbons to whiskeys.
Really?
Which, like, what a great, like, bureaucratic job to have. Like, well, I gotta do quality control, gentlemen. Let me see your bourbons and your whiskeys.
I bet that's a real boring job. I bet he just looks at a lot of chemical composition, testing pH level, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's easy shit. I tested pH level in 7th grade. It's easy. Dip a stick in.
But all day, if that's your job, just going.
Do I get a taste of whiskey?
Probably not.
Oh, well.
It's a government job, man.
Hey, boo.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Welcome. Gertie, get out of there.
What's up, Gertie?
She's just sniffing.
She likes
also, she's stuck in the carpet.
Yeah, she likes to claw like things. So.
Dude, cats are so interesting to me.
Yeah, they very much are. Their purr is the most interesting thing to me, I think. It's. Because, I mean, it only happens when they, like, well, generally when they love something or, like, love is going on in their body, and then all of a sudden this purr that is, like, similar to some of my trippy, like, mind vibrations. It's a similar thing. It's a similar rumble. So, I wonder about, I read one thing once. I'm not a veterinarian, but cats apparently have a lot more channels into their pineal gland than humans. Like a lot more.
Really?
Yeah, tubes or something coming out. Whatever brainy stuff.
So they could tap into their pineal gland like more readily.
Yeah, I think so. Humans. I mean, think about it. Cats are always looking at weird shit and like jumping at stuff in the corner that you don't see, but like really it's there. I mean, you just don't see it because your mind's not vibrating on that current frequency. But theirs is because they're tripping out, which is great. Like she's tripping out on a fucking piano thing.
Eating the cord. Somebody's got a death wish.
And like their eyes are always really fucking big. Like when they're like hunting and stuff, like their pupils get really dilated. I mean, that's what happens when you trip like things. Your pupils get super dilated.
And what's the pineal gland do again? That's responsible for...
So it secretes melatonin, which regulates your circadian rhythm, and then dimethyltryptamine, which is kind of a mystery as to what it does. But it's an interesting beast. It's basically a Schedule 1 drug that's inside of all of us, almost all the time. So if you live in a state that has a vessel container law, like your body is a vessel, you should be arrested every night you sleep. Because that's when DMT gets secreted, dimethyltryptamine.
Right.
My understanding of it.
So the pineal gland secretes the DMT into your body.
And like REM sleep, like during REM sleep. And high, what do you call them? Near-death experiences, NDEs and stuff. People secrete a lot of dimethyltryptamine. I don't know why. Why would that be? I don't know. Yeah.
Sounds like you have a theory.
No, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Other than I'm pretty sure there's, like I was saying with the vibrational frequencies, there's a different frequency that your mind can vibrate at and check out different things that are around you all the time. And those things are pretty neat.
There seems to be something to vibration.
Yeah, they're really...
Like string theory and, like, music.
Yeah.
And, like...
Have you ever heard of symbatics? Mm-hmm. So it's like you have a speaker and you put like a surface over the speaker and sand on top of it, and you can do it with all kinds of different like solids and liquids.
Oh, does it kind of like build like
some things? Yeah. So if you use like cornstarch and water, it'll have like little mountains that kind of build in different forms if you use different pitches and frequencies. But with sand, like it moves around into these like really ornate, intricate patterns that look like patterns that you see when you're tripping and stuff. But made out of sand. But still, as they change the frequency, the pattern in the sand like totally changes into like it's all like symmetrical kind of stuff. So there's like hexagons and then like octagons and triangles, starry things. There's all kinds of things that
right. Like it's not just like a splat. It's like geometrical.
And you see it move. It's really cool. There's all kinds of YouTube videos about symbatics. It's like CYM BATICS symbatics.
Dude, I really will look that up.
Yeah, check it out. It's pretty neat. Yeah, so that's the pineal gland in a nutshell.
It's like a pine cone.
Yeah, no, it really is. It is shaped like, that's why it's called the pineal gland, because it's shaped like the pine cone, which is, I think I've gone over this, ironic that the Pope has a pine cone on his staff, and the largest sculpture in the Vatican garden is a big pine cone with those two little birds on the other side, outsides of it. I don't know. Something's going on, man.
Something's going on.
Something.
What aren't they telling us?
What aren't they telling us about us?
Probably everything.
No, yeah, I think, I sincerely think that we're like a machine, and we have the ability to process things that we're not currently processing with some of the tools that were left here for us, and we tend to not utilize those tools for fear and lack of knowledge. So ignorance and
fear and also
lack of opportunity
and labels are effective.
Dare.
If you say, if you call a person like a druggie, that kind of label can invalidate everything they say. So it's like, don't listen to him. He's a tripper.
Yeah.
He's one of them trippers.
Listen to him.
And you don't, because he's a tripper. And you know that trippers are bad people.
Psychonauts. I prefer psychonauts.
Psychonauts, yeah.
Psychonaut is a good term.
Because it is really the being like an astronaut of your inner consciousness, because you're always landing in new spots, and it's so cool. Oh my god, it's so cool.
Yeah, there's a subreddit for those.
What?
Psychonauts.
Really?
Yeah.
No, look at that.
You might enjoy it.
It's like it is like any kind of like not astronaut, like or like it's like a spelunking or something.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, I'm good.
You're just going down one level in this spelunking, right? You're not going down into the.
I still just this year I've been able to be like, oh, I won't freak out anymore because now I know how to I know how to control my inner whole situation, and it makes me want to just go deeper into it and be like, if I take myself to that level even more, it's less fearful.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah. No, I definitely do. When you figure out how to take control, but I will say there are some things that don't allow you to be in control, which can be fun at times too. Dimethyltryptamine is a thing in general that you don't have any control over. You kind of just have to sit back and observe and enjoy the ride. As we stated before, the long-standing saying for the show is know your dealer. So always know your dealer when you're doing stuff, especially hallucinogens, because
for sure,
yeah, you don't want any bad shrooms because you could die quite easily.
Really? Is that easy?
Well, I mean, shrooms in general. Like, there's a few. They're out there. They look like stuff, and then they're
easy to fuck up too if you're like growing them. I feel like
maybe, yeah, I don't know.
So no anonymous shroom deals. Don't just put your money into a collection and get whatever shrooms come back.
Yeah, don't send your money off to anywhere hoping for shrooms coming back in the mail, because you may be disappointed.
Or dead.
They apparently sell them in like Amsterdam and stuff. Like Amsterdam has like hallucinogenic mushrooms that they sell at those similar like tea shops and places.
Oh,
check them out. Yeah, you can check them out. Amsterdam.
Just pop on over.
Just pop on over to Amsterdam.
So today, as I was leaving work, well, right as I was getting ready to leave work, over the intercom, there was just a random beeping, and it was scary. And it just went on for like 5 minutes with no like PA system notification, like this is a test or get the fuck out or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go. So I went to the hallway, I pressed the elevator button, I got in the elevator doors closed, and then the PA system comes on. Warning! This is an emergency! Something happened! That's not verbatim, but they were like, wait, this is an emergency notification. Please proceed to your rendezvous point or whatever. Do not use the elevator, they said, as the elevator doors close. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm gonna get out of the elevator doors. There's gonna be like a gunman in the lobby. The building's gonna fall down around me, and all because I took the elevator. And so I was like ready to go at the elevator doors. Like, what the fuck is out there? And nothing was out there. And everyone, it was just like a bunch of like chubby white people like milling around.
Yeah, milling around. Yeah.
And so I don't know what happened. I was texting my coworker who was still there. I was like, hey, I made it. And they had to descend the stairs. They had to evacuate the building, and they still didn't know why. And we're on the 21st floor. So they had to walk down 21st.
So no one knows still what it was.
I'm not sure if they know now, but they didn't as of like 5:30. So that was weird. That's a weird thing.
Buildings.
Yeah.
Buildings. Is it B today?
No, we haven't. We've done B. It will not be B today.
You work downtown?
Do.
Yeah. I was delivering Planet Sub downtown for a while.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
and I was going up in those. You said 21st floor, and I was like, man, I was blowing my mind when I was going up in some of those buildings.
Yeah.
I was like, this is such a part of society that I'm so disconnected from. Like,
Yeah, I felt like real fancy for the first couple weeks at the job I'm at now, because I came from like a converted shitty house building job.
Oh, really?
Not house building, but we were like in a converted house that used to be a dentist office, and they never really redecorated. So we had like textured wallpaper, and everyone shared a bathroom, and it was horrible.
To like a super big.
To like the 21st floor. Moving on up. It was really exciting. That's my story.
Yeah, I was riding my bike around and going into like these really nice, like, as a Planet Sub bike courier guy, like these really nice, and I was like, what, like, it would rain, and that's when we would get busy, and so I would be soaking my Planet Sub shit, carrying my Planet Subs. Yeah. And I remember going up to like the 22nd floor of this building one time in my Planet Sub stuff, and I'm just like dripping sweat, totally dripping sweat, and I was like talking to the receptionist lady. I was like, honestly, I did not expect myself to be here a year ago. If I would have told myself I would be dripping wet on the 24th floor of this building right now.
Yeah, I delivered pizza for like 2 years for Papa John's and Domino's, and started in the Chinese food delivery service for a mom and pop Chinese store in Valley Park.
Oh, really?
That was the worst. I don't think I made any money. Like they didn't. It was under the table. This was not taxable income. So even if they took tax out, they wouldn't have got much. It It was not much money at all. And their delivery radius was ridiculous. It was just all over the place. And there was just no orders most of the time.
So you just sit around, or were you on call?
No, there would be one way over here, and then one way east, by the river. So down by the river.
How old were you? 16 when you did that?
No, I was 23.
He was an adult.
You're an adult.
I was 24. I graduated college. That was my internship. That was my internship, and then I moved up into the Papa John's into the Domino's game. Sorry, didn't mean to skip over my Domino's years in Creve Coeur, or just year. And then I went down to Columbia, Missouri. And it's like, you know what, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to work for Papa John's. So I worked for Papa John's for a year down there, and then I moved back to St. Louis and worked for Papa John's for 3 months, and then I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods for about 2 years, and then I had a prolific experience that made me realize that I was on a path to lead no one to a positive goal. I was just selling overpriced sporting good merchandise to people who really didn't need it and weren't, they were using it, but, it wasn't a good price. They could just go somewhere else, get another better price. It was whatever. I wasn't leading a team effectively because I wasn't able to. But even if I was, what was I leading them to do? Their mission is to sell overpriced.
You weren't headed toward the greater.
Yeah, it just was not any sort of positive benefit to society. And I kind of saw that laying in a hammock one late night in a friend's hammock in Ladue. But yeah, so I quit pretty soon after that.
Demetrius, where are you working at, man?
I'm working at myself.
Self-employed baller?
Self-employed baller. No, I'm not baller, man. What do I look like here, man?
Shit, I just bought 80 cents worth of gas. I'm in the same boat.
Damn, man. Hell, man, what are you going to get on 80 cents?
I get paid Friday, man.
What are you going to get on 80 cents, though? I mean, what's that going to do? What difference does that make?
Did you pay cash?
Change.
Excellent.
Oh, man.
I got a coffee can. That's what I've been buying my gas with lately. My coffee can, and I ran out of dimes and nickels today, so
no.
We're getting slim until Friday, y'all.
Oh, man.
80 pennies.
It was damn near close. That Conoco up on Chippewa.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you can just get the car going and then turn it off real quick to let it coast and turn it back on.
And then say a fucking Hail Mary and hope that I get to my destination.
Yeah, man.
Do you have a lot of places to go between here and Friday?
Work a couple times. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It always works itself out.
Yeah, man. Just believe in it. I don't even remember the last time I bought gas, man. I don't know. I like driving around close to E. It makes life a little bit more exciting.
For sure.
I think there was an episode of Seinfeld where Kramer or Jerry, I don't remember, just drives the car on empty forever.
Isn't it like a test drive or something?
Yeah, I think so.
And they're test driving a car, and Kramer gets the car salesman to see how far they can push it, or is it George or something?
It's somebody, I don't know. It's a long time ago.
And they keep passing the exit, and they're like, yeah! Yeah! And they're like, should we do another one? They're like, do it, keep doing it.
I think about that every time I start my car and it's on empty. I'm like, oh, I should fill that up. Nah.
My gasket broke a year ago, so I'm fucked.
Oh, whoops.
You just
have to guess?
The smart way to deal with it, how my dad says, is to fill it all the way up and then drive a couple days and then just top it off. But
then you're getting gas every couple days.
Then you're not living life on the edge.
That's true.
It's a real safe life,
It's a safe life.
Yeah.
No life at all.
No.
I like to live it on the edge. More perspective on the edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. A different perspective, I guess. I mean, no matter what kind of life you live, it's a different perspective than... if you're an accountant, it's different than an engineer.
For sure.
Yeah, man. I'm just making factual statements, guys. Latch on if you want. Train's gonna come. Just, jump on if you want to. But.
We're all waiting at the stop. Just hop on when it gets here.
I think you guys are talking in bumper stickers right now.
I am. Can you?
Life's like a piece of wood, man. Sometimes you get hammered, sometimes you get nailed, and sometimes you get screwed. Yeah.
The attitude t-shirts.
Oh boy.
Man, that's just all the time. That is life.
Yep.
It's constant hammering and screwing.
I gotta get to yoga.
Okay.
And nailing.
Trade out one female perspective for another once Christina gets down here.
We're all interchangeable. It's fine.
So what was happening when I was gone?
So we were just talking about gas and living on the edge. How full do you keep your gas tank? Pretty full?
I mean, I'll let it go all the way down and then I fill it up.
Oh, how far is all the way down though?
How far is all the way up?
So I think that it goes. I'm not entirely sure of the process of my empty container of gas, but I think it goes blinky thing, and then it just blinks where the thing's gone, and then I think the gas tank on the left side starts blinking, and I don't know what all those signify. Like I don't know if that's like 5 miles left or 10 miles left. I've had some like accidents on country roads where I got lost, and not literal accidents, but like where I got lost with not enough gas, and I was just like, I don't know if we're gonna make it. Like we'll see. I've never seen that flash before. But usually I wait till like the thing is flashing. So
Your gas light.
Yeah, it's flashing. You'll get a flash going before I fill it up most of the time. Are you guys filling up like well before?
No. I mean, I like to let it go. Let it ride.
Let it ride, yeah. Let's see how far.
Like, fuck it.
See how far I can go.
I got back last time. Let it ride. Keep going.
Let it ride.
Winning that roulette, man. Shit. Why ruin a good thing?
You know there's people out there too that don't let their gas tank get past half.
What
What's
up?
up?
What's up, ID?
Any seat.
What up, D? You're so studious.
I'm wearing glasses.
It's because we're in the studio.
I think you got a sweater, you got khakis and black socks on. It's not just the glasses. There are other aspects to it.
I don't want to talk about myself.
The podcast is about you.
No.
Are you going for the Cosby look?
No.
You got the sweater and the khaks.
No.
The cacks.
Did Cosby rape all those women?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I have
What's
no idea.
what's the verdict now? Is that he hasn't?
He got arrested.
Yeah, but I thought someone was saying that they're turning up like fake now, or something.
Fake? Wait, what's
like the or like a lot of the stories that a lot of the women are turning out to be kind of like bullshit.
At least one of them might have been true. I think is what happened.
If one of them's true, it's fine.
If one of them is true, yeah.
He should go to jail if one of them is true.
I mean, but the thing is, maybe he planted all the fake ones to make it seem like it's not so bad.
That would be
really only one. I thought it was like 9, but it's only one.
Only Heathcliff Huxtable could do something as cunning as this. That would be great.
But you know what? It ain't really that bad, man. People were talking about 9. Like, let them go.
Shit.
That's how you do it, man. You don't even lie. You don't even say you didn't do it. You just make more fake victims.
2 weeks ago, the comedian Eddie Griffin was asked about the torrent of sexual assault accusation made against Bill Cosby. "Quote unquote. Did he rape these bitches?" asked Griffin. The Atlantic. Yeah, I was literally like, I don't know. I'm out of the.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm out of the Bill Cosby's dick loop. I don't know what his dick does, really.
I don't read the news, really. You know, I don't pay attention. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I generally don't. Sometimes I do. Sometimes, like NPR is really the only news I will partake in. If I'm driving somewhere and ESPN Radio isn't having a thing I like, then I'll flip to NPR. But it's going to be slim pickings on ESPN Radio now that the Rams are gone. Or it might be better, I don't know, that they don't have to talk about such a shit team over and over again. So yeah, we'll let the Rams rest in peace. I have a whole wall. I'm going to make a whole wall of Rams regalia that I have from the past 2 years of Green Team stuff. And I'm going to put it down here somewhere, a little homage. And you'll notice on none of the things does it say St. Louis Rams. It always just says Rams. Not on one thing I have. Oh yeah, the subtle clues like they had throughout the year. Half price food the last 2 weeks. Like the buffet got shittier and shittier. Like they were just like pulling stuff out of their ass for the buffet at the end.
Yeah, man, those calls they were making the season ticket holders just like, yeah, we probably not gonna need you next year. The little things, you know.
Yeah, no, but think of how many people like there are who just work at like Rams Park who are now fucked. Like they're not probably going to LA. Like most of them, like the marketing people probably won't.
Even like the concession stand vendors. And shit.
Definitely. Yeah, the concession vendors aren't going to LA. That's for damn sure.
Nah, man, Sub-Zero Carl.
What?
Sub-Zero Carl, the dude that sells the Sub-Zero stuff at the. All right, never mind.
What is like the
his name's Sub-Zero Carl?
Yeah. Where at the Cardinals game?
Yeah, the Rams Stadium.
Oh, the Rams.
Yeah, he sells the Sub-Zero vodka.
Oh.
Sub-Zero Carl.
I'm sure
okay.
you can just go back to Sub-Zero.
I didn't realize they had Sub-Zero at the Rams games. I'm not allowed to drink when I go to the Rams games. They don't allow us to drink on the green team. So.
How do they really know?
Well, I mean, if they see you drinking,
okay,
if they see you, if you come back with the Sub-Zero vodka, they'll probably know. They'll have an idea, but they'll never know again. So I did 7 games of the 8 games this year.
Oh shit!
So I got to go for free. I got to pick up people's beer cans and take them to a recycling bin.
Oh yeah, the green team.
It's fucking great. It was the best deal.
A second ago, yeah.
Yeah, and the buffet is like you get a buffet for like $4 before the game.
That was good food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
you went.
Good. Yeah,
it's like all that the janitor's food or something. Or
it's like the people who work in the stadium. They have a buffet for the workers, and we can also partake in it, which is great. So I started a trend. I think more people started partaking in it once they saw me.
Shit.
Just
we can eat that food?
shoveling food in my mouth, like in the half hour before we had to go upstairs and get ready to recycle. I don't even really believe in recycling. Like, I don't even really think it's that much of a use or helpful. I just kind of use it as a way to get to free Rams games, if I'm being completely honest.
All right,
I think it's more wasteful to the process. Other than cans, it really is. There's not much that's like.
You don't have a good system.
It's like using corn for oil. It's not useful. What?
Like when I was in Portland, they had like what looked like a giant vending machine, and you can just drop it in, and you instantly got something back, and it was much more encouraging. And we don't have that here. And also, we have the single stream, and it's easily contaminated. You put the wrong plastic in, or you put a food container that you don't clean off, whole batch. Just gotta dump it now.
Oh no!
Right, like it takes too much to process.
It's not really worth it. But if we had something like the cans or glass, and you actually got a deposit on it, there were a lot of homeless people out there, but it was sorted. But they basically did the sorting, and they got money, and that was, I think, a good program for them.
Yeah. Well, lessons learned, maybe.
But we get an aquarium now, right?
Man, that would be sweet.
That's what the talk is.
That's the talk?
That there's going to be an aquarium now instead of
where
all the crap they were going to build.
Oh,
and maybe Rootwad Park doesn't get torn down.
What doesn't?
Rootwad Park.
What's that?
It was
I don't know that one.
It was created by Bob Casilli. It's right behind the power plant up there, like all of that vacant stuff.
Yeah, by the bike trail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Great River Greenway runs right through it, and then it's like right before you have to go on the other side of the wall where there's like a mosaic. And it's called Rootwad Park, and it's mostly where homeless people poop and sleep. But
yeah, they bring food up there and shit and feed them. I was living on the landing for a while, and I would go up there all the time and ride my bike on the trail.
It's a super cool park. I like it. And it's Bob Casilli. It's part of his legacy. But I think his son was really fighting to try to save it, but he couldn't do a whole lot about it. Because if the Rams are going to tear it down, they're going to tear it down.
Well, they're not no more.
And now there's talk that we're getting an aquarium, which would be super cool.
I'm not buying. Well, they said we were getting an aquarium at Ballpark Village like 10 years ago. I'm not buying it. Yeah,
Ballpark
that was
Village
the plan.
also stalled for how long? I don't think they're very interested.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Aquariums, I could take them or leave them, to be honest.
Yeah, it's fish jail.
You're not really a zoo fan either, right?
No, no, I like the whistle. The whistle at the zoo, the high-pitched whistle, and like playing with the animals now. That's my thing. That's my go-to. Playing hide and seek behind like a rock and stuff with the bird, and then with the bird you do a high-pitched whistle, and it gets like get them turned up.
It gets like a reaction.
Oh yeah, definitely. Why just go look at the fucking animals at the zoo? Like let's fucking have an interaction like with the animals. Like, you know? Look. Yeah, it's such a weird voyeuristic thing like to go to the zoo. So I figured I'd change it up a little bit and like make it more personable.
Like, hey, I'm Sean. What up, Anna?
What up, Penguin? I'll be back.
See you next year. You're gonna know me. I'm gonna whistle at you again.
Don't forget that whistle.
Yeah, no, but the zoo is cool because things like that. But fish, they don't. No, not for me. I'll eat it. I'll eat a fish. Don't get me wrong. I will eat a fish.
Do you go around the stingrays? Do you feed them? You ever pet them?
No, I've never done that. You have to pay for that. I don't pay at the St. Louis Zoo. St. Louis Zoo is free. I don't pay any money there.
You fucked up letting me in for free. I ain't paying for shit.
No buying shit, no food, no fucking dopey soda, no cotton candy.
No Dippin' Dots.
That's where they get rich.
Yeah, no, it really is, yeah. I'm not supporting that. I already don't support zoos. I want like a niche habitat where like all the animals from like the desert are in the same thing, like big thing. And then like we got a jungle like niche over here. And all the jungle animals are together, and like it's just like a survival of the fittest kind of thing on a micro scale.
But do you replace them? Like the lions ate all the antelope.
Yeah, do you know like now they have like there's a board, like a governmental body that says what animals at what zoo can fuck.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. That's so weird. Like, I was talking to one of the zookeepers, like, the last time I was at the zoo.
That was the one we were there, and she had the beaver pelt or something, right? Or the otter pelt?
Yeah, we were at the otter stations. I think they're otters. Oh, man, otters are fucking cool. But yeah, like, just, like, in order to breed animals, you have to, like, basically write a grant and, like, petition this body to let your animals fuck so you can have offspring, and then that offspring can be like utilized at your zoo, or you can sell it off. But like the St. Louis Zoo got they got the license for their like bison to fuck or something.
The breeding rights.
Yeah, but then like Seattle got like the rights for like the gazelle fucking or something. So
because there's income streams.
Yeah, I guess.
Like when a panda gets born or some shit, it's on the news, and it's a fucking like revenue generator for the St. Louis Zoo.
Yeah, but when a panda gets born, that's a rarity, really.
Yeah, because they never let them fuck.
Yeah,
they don't let them fuck.
No, it's impossible to make them do that.
Yeah,
they want you to believe that. Keep the ticket prices up. Like, guys, you'll never believe it. The panda's fucked. Panda's been horny for months. Ain't been able to fuck.
Well, Robbie, the orangutan, he didn't like the partner they gave him, so he just wouldn't. He liked the male. He liked the new male they brought, but he didn't like the female they got him. So they became friends, and he just didn't go after the female.
Oh.
Maybe that's why the pandas aren't fucking. They're just like, I don't like this kid. I don't like this girl panda very much.
Just bros. They're just hanging out playing Xbox.
How do they keep them from fucking? That's what I want to know. Like who's stopping them?
Segregated? Yeah, segregated.
Separate.
Gates? Who's jumping in? Are they all in the same pen?
Like no, they don't. They go into kennels. Like Callie and Wally are the tigers, and they don't come out at the same time. They don't let them out.
But they're out, like, the okapi are out there, like, in their own little niche, little big cage thing, like 2 or 3 of them. And they can.
I think it's pretty easy to shoo those off. Like I'm not gonna.
But who's going out there? Who's watching?
Just one guy. Just one guy walks around the whole zoo, make sure they're not fucking.
He's got a broom.
Instead of loss prevention, it's like fuck prevention.
You kids, get out of here! Shaking the broom at them.
He's got a water gun and a broom. He just goes around. And
go down, you.
They're doing that tribute to David Bowie tonight. Did you guys see that online?
Yeah. What is that about? Are they dancing?
No, it's like Evan and Foisey, I think, are doing it, and they're gonna sing like a bunch of old David Bowie songs.
Michael Miles does a sick David Bowie. He was doing a good David Bowie last night.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not able to do really voiced thing, like mock people. I don't think.
You do a good Colonel Sanders.
Colonel, sometimes, yeah, but I can't do it on command. Sometimes, like it just happens at times. That's pretty much how my voices work. Like I don't really know, and they'll usually just meld. Like in a scene, I'll be French, and then it'll meld to Russian by the end or something, slowly east to west. So, Steve, how did you get into improv?
I would say I Googled it. Probably.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, through research. I would say.
What inspired the interest in Googling it even?
Comedy. So I liked comedy, I guess, before I knew what it was, or, like I like comedy movies and I wanted to be in comedy. And then, so I read a bunch online about who did what in their careers on Wikipedia. What? So I read about, on Wikipedia, so-and-so got started at I.O., so-and-so at Groundly, so I started to hear about improv. So I guess like any other hobby or interest, and then I was like, what is improv? So I got into that whole stream.
Yeah, okay.
And then I was wanting to move to Chicago forever because I didn't know it was even a thing in St. Louis at all. And then I had Googled it in work study in college and saw the Improv Shop.
Oh, wow.
And I picked the Improv Shop over the Improv Trick that's gone now because the website was better.
Yeah, it really does.
Oh, yeah, no, it does. Yeah. Wow. And you were in one of the first classes at the Improv Shop, is that right?
I was up there. I was at the tin can, but I wasn't the first class. I was probably the fourth or some shit like that. Fourth, fifth, maybe.
It was before my time. I didn't ever go to a tin can show. I don't know if you guys went to a tin can.
Ray was in the tin can, because I remember her doing the workshop with David Keckner.
Okay.
But it was right towards the end of it. So it was 2011, because we were still in college.
I was actually at the tin can at Carrie's birthday party. Carrie, who's not here tonight, but it was in the VIP spot, which was just upstairs. And they had a stage, and I was looking at the stage, and then the bartender was like, yeah, sometimes we have an improv group that come, and big group, and it's funny, it's awesome, you should come check it out. I was like, oh, that sounds great. And then I never did shit with it for a year. And then I heard an NPR ad, and that's kind of how I got into it.
Oh, for the shop?
Yeah, they had an ad on NPR for a little bit.
No way.
Yeah, and it was something there was one line about Macho Man Randy Savage, and then just an unmistakable laugh. I really don't know whose laugh it was though. It was a ridiculous laugh though. It was great.
Still searching for it, huh?
Yeah,
It would be like your Cinderella slip where you go around asking people at the shop to do that laugh.
Do that laugh.
It's got to be a small pool of people because it was a long time ago that we started.
Yeah.
We started in 2013, so just go back to whoever was in it then.
Yeah.
We can all do the laugh.
Please, you must laugh for me. Do it. I must hear it.
No, it has to be, what's your best Macho Man Randy Savage impersonation?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, but they were different though.
Oh, yeah.
There was a person on stage doing the Macho Man Randy Savage line, and then in response.
So
really distinguishable laugh.
You've got to go and do Macho Man Randy Savage to people and hear their laugh.
Yeah. So you gotta start practicing.
Because clearly that was the only thing funny about the scene. Was Macho Man Randy Savage! That's hilarious.
Slim Jim.
Advertising works, I guess.
Yeah, no, it really does. Yeah, I guess.
In the right context.
And I was looking because one of my friends who I was trying to find a date opportunity to take her out on a thing had just come back from Chicago and saw some Second City show up there. And I was like, oh, hey, maybe there's an improv thing here. And I didn't Google it. I just heard it randomly on driving home on NPR. And I was like, oh, shit. I'll look into that. And then I Googled it. So I Googled after I NPR'd. But then, I found it at the Pat's Bar and Grill.
Oh, yeah.
Checked out a show with her. And then it's I think this is going to be a thing that I'm going to try out. I did level 0, so I started out at the bottom. I don't even know if that was something that they offered at the time.
Speaking of, guess I'm going to be seeing Kimberly Doll.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
when?
so she was telling me about when some Philly Improv is. Sunday nights, Monday nights, Tuesday nights.
Wait, are you going to Philadelphia?
Yeah, I am.
Oh.
I can't go till April, but I'm gonna go.
Cool. All right. Well, that'll be fun.
Maybe
Does she
she's in
play on a
news.
team still?
I think so.
Nice.
She was on a, what was it? Trash something? Trash pile?
The
trash pile.
No, it wasn't Trash Pile. It was Trash Island. It was Trash Island.
Island. That's good. Okay.
Trash pile. Trash island.
I like Trash Island.
Same thing.
I wouldn't want to be
One's
Trash Pile.
autonomous and independent. But
That's cool. Kim Dahl was in our class through level 5 almost.
yeah.
Were you guys all in a class together?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
at the same time.
Yeah, there were 2 sections, and I kind of bounced between both sections, and
Sean was the mediator.
they kind of went. I think you guys were in different ones almost every time. Were you guys in the level 3 showcase together? I don't think
You were in mine.
Yeah, you were in the same one.
Because we were at
And
Brennan's.
then we were in the level 5 showcase together. Who taught all? Was it Kevin mostly? Your teaching?
I had Kevin for level 1, 2, 3. 4, 5 was slow.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's nice. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it was sweet. I liked it a lot. I'm glad it was the way it was. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely worked out.
When we were at my education part of it started at Tin Can, from the Tin Can went to like Atomic Cowboy, we were doing shows there, and we started doing shit at Webster for a while.
Really?
Yeah, we're
didn't know that.
Webster University, like where Slowy teaches his students improv.
Yeah.
Took classes there. Gaslight. We had classes there for a while.
I remember Halloween
And
one.
shows.
Everybody carved pumpkins. I remember that.
Yeah,
That's when Aaron O'Brien was in it.
yeah. There was classes and shows there for a while at Gaslight.
Tiny.
Hated it.
It was so tiny.
And we had Pat's and Brennan's. So I was in a lot of different bullshitty spaces.
Brennan's. Oh, that was. I mean, I was at
Cool
Pat's
for 2
and
weeks.
Brennan's. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cool for 2 weeks, and then it was just like being in the hull of a ship with the people upstairs hating you. So
It was a neat hull of the ship, though. I mean,
I guess, yeah.
It's a bonding experience.
Yeah,
You gotta squeeze in.
Yeah, but if you don't like, if you like a space bubble, there wasn't a place for that.
No, definitely.
You hit in the back corner all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here.
Let's do what I do. I always sign record. Can't use that as a barometer of anything.
Fair enough, yeah. Oh, shit.
It's kind of cool. You could go up to the top and smoke and do whatever. Like, it was cool. There was a couple different bars, but the space itself was just constricting, I feel like.
It was cold. It was tiny. There were just random holes in the wall. Like weird, creepy spaces behind them. So, if the Chargers are going to follow the Rams, I don't know anything about football. I guess they're in different divisions.
Yeah, they're in different conferences. The Chargers are in the AFC, and the Rams are in the NFC.
Because 3 teams were trying to go to LA.
Yeah.
And I know one withdrew when the Rams finally made the decision. They voted like 30-2 to go.
I guess.
But they say the Chargers are still vying to go to LA.
Yeah,
But they're like, what, like an hour and a half south? I mean, San Diego's not that far.
Yeah, I never really understood. I guess San Diego can't get a stadium, and San Diego is the problem. I thought it was a done deal that the Chargers were moving. Maybe not. I don't know.
Well, I can't think of who the third one was that withdrew.
Yeah, the Raiders.
That's up.
I read
San Francisco?
Oakland.
Close. So
across the bridge.
they're already California, so I don't see the point.
I read somewhere that they were they said that they wouldn't. It wouldn't just be one team like moving to LA. Like they met, like all the owners of the teams met, and they were like, it's going to be 2 teams. Yeah,
makes sense. Get 16 games instead of 8, or home games rather.
Didn't Kroenke build a stadium in Denver for another team of his?
Probably.
But he wouldn't build a stadium here.
Yeah, he owns the Nuggets, and he and the Avalanche, or like he owns the Avalanche and his son owns the Nuggets, because you're technically not allowed to own two like major market sports teams in the same city. Yeah. So he sold it to his son.
Rules are meant to be broken.
Speaking of sports teams, you know what? I appreciate Mark Cuban giving lottery winners some advice. Don't take the lump sum.
Did someone win?
No, they haven't drawn it. Wait, it's drawn tonight, I think.
Yeah, it is getting drawn tonight, I'm pretty sure.
Of all people, he's the one trying to give him advice on it.
Does he have money problems? Isn't he a millionaire or something?
No, he's I don't know what, Dallas Cowboys or something? Who does he own?
Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, he owns somebody. He's super rich.
It's not Shark Tank.
Yeah. There's like another show that he was on. One of those like, he got a car. What car did he get? He got it detailed or something.
Mark Cuban has a car.
No, he's like one of those, not TLC or I guess History Channel shows, something like that, where like the dude has the auto body shop and he does really expensive paint jobs. I don't know. He was on it. He was on Shark Tank.
Jay Leno's garage, is that it?
No, it wasn't that. Leno just has cars.
He's got a bunch of them. Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
I don't know. That's the extent of my TV knowledge. I know those people.
You got me beat.
Sean don't know nobody.
I don't know nobody.
Not a damn person.
Nope.
I don't know nobody, man.
Tough sled.
Not a one.
You'd be the best person to win the lottery. Nobody would ever know.
I'd be fine with that. I feel like, if you won $1 billion, like, I don't think you'd want anyone to know. Everyone would be hitting you up with ideas, and I need 100,000, man. What's 100,000? You got $1 billion. But seriously.
It's a good argument. He makes a good argument.
They draw tonight, right?
I guess. I don't.
You got numbers riding on it? Seem pretty interested now.
I don't know. Let's check it out.
You don't know if you have numbers right now? You have a guy?
Got a pool?
Oh, let me look into some things. Yeah, tonight's drawing. Ground control to Major Tom.
Amazon is sold out of all David Bowie albums.
Holy
like that's
fuck.
a whole
That's
jump on the
crazy.
bandwagon kind of thing.
Why?
He died. Could have bought an album, never listened to him before. But they're completely sold out, and they're accused of price gouging. Because demand went so high up,
Right.
Amazon jacked up the prices because they're selling out so fast. Now they are sold out.
Is it illegal to price gouge?
Isn't that how economy works?
It's unethical. People still want them.
So is economy. I don't know. Economy is unethical.
Is that collusion of some sort? If they all do it?
All of who?
All of the retailers?
Oh, I don't know.
What is collusion? What is the
I'm
definition?
not sure. I think you're right.
This show needs an attorney.
Yeah. Well, we had one.
Yeah.
We had one for a show. We need to have him on call.
To get him on retainer.
Yeah, that's what you're going to give you a lot of money.
But yeah, you're mad.
Protect your podcast.
Are you mad that you can't jump on the David Bowie bandwagon? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't jump on the bandwagon because I didn't really listen to him. I liked Labyrinth, and that's the extent of it.
I mean, but you're looking at prices for the album, right?
It's just news.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
It's
You
just
scroll
news.
Reddit enough, everything kind of repeats itself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it really is true. It's a hive mind. We've talked about that, right?
Maybe.
Reddit being a hive mind is like the computer buddy. Just regurgitating the stuff you want to hear back at you.
Perhaps. Reddit, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because it's got like the little sub-communities.
Yeah, you can find any of your specific interest on there.
And basically just have it repeated back at you because they can downvote. So it really helps the hive mind thing because if you say something the community doesn't like, they downvote it and they hide it. It's like you didn't exist.
Oh.
Like you never said anything at all.
Like the ant who gets the fungus and is acting crazy, so they go and carry him up to like a really high tree and let him like sit and die of fungal poisoning.
Yeah, like that.
Like that, kind of like that.
Yeah, you get taken out of the herd.
I think that might be a good idea in some instances. Just
Wait, the Reddit thing or taking somebody out and letting them down the hill?
Yeah, that one. The second one. Yeah, the second one. Yeah, just kick some people out. Let them go up a tree and get fungal poisoning.
I'm sorry, Earl. You're getting kicked off this year.
So you tell them. You don't just blindfold them and bring them up a tree and just leave them.
I mean, he's not a dog.
They have to not know how to climb down. I guess you just put them in a really high branch. It's like a cat. It's like, well, I don't know how to do this. Too many gaps between the lower branches.
Can you climb out of a tree real high up?
I don't climb up them because I can't even get up.
If I were to put you up there, theoretically speaking.
I guess it depends on how many branches are close to the ground. Like, how far am I going to drop?
Yeah, what kind of tree is it? Is it winter or is it summer?
Like a pine tree in the middle of summer.
Yeah, is it a well watered tree? Is it brittle? These are all questions.
Oh, damn, man. It's a lot of consideration.
It's a lot of things to take into account here. Yeah.
I thought it was just simple. I thought it could just be a tree.
No. I've been really high up in a lot of pine trees because there's like a million branches in a pine tree.
Great tree to climb.
Yeah, except for the sap. You get all sappy. Oh, man, I can't tell you how many times I came home and had to pine saw off shit. With pine saw, I don't know what that stuff is, but it gets pine stuff off. Yeah, it's the only thing that gets pine sap off. Can you make pine syrup with that sap? Does that work? Is that the same thing?
Technically, gotta be able
I guess,
to.
Yeah.
Just collect it, right?
Oh.
Maple syrup is just refined maple syrup.
I guess. I don't know. I don't really know much about how they...
Maple sap, refined.
Does it just come out of the tree like that?
You just put sugar in it?
They just put it in Aunt Jemima? Yeah, they don't put sugar in the pure stuff. Jemima's just cornstarch or corn syrup and maple flavoring. Most of those commercial syrups are bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
What's in your Jim Beam?
Oh, probably shit. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Some sort of flavor.
Actually, I would hope that they would use pure maple syrup, but not 100%. But apparently maple syrup is great at the A is the worst, and double B is the best.
That's stupid. That is just dumb. We have a grading system already. Why would they not? Why they gotta make a new one?
They think backwards.
A is good. Stick with it.
It's good. It's been good. I mean, it's the best.
The top. It's the ace.
B is lesser down. C and as follows. D, F.
Ridiculous. It's just like Japanese video games with their S. You think you did good because you got A. No, S is the best because it means special.
Oh.
What does A stand for?
What?
Nothing. It's just A. Just like
It's just A?
It's just A.
So they're following the syrup guidelines?
It looks like A, B, C, D, but then it's at the top got an S.
Like an H, like in honors classes, in high school. I don't know if you all had that, but if you were in an honors class, you could get an H. You got over a 97%, which I never got close to. So I never got any H's. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's how the valedictorians would get 4.7s or some bullshit, how their GPAs would be
Our
over
4. They had a stupid race where it was this one took one more study hall than this one, so that's why this one's GPA is higher. And it's
that's bullshit.
Really inconsequential. What are you guys doing now? One went to Rila. Cool, you're an engineer. You didn't go to an Ivy League, so it was a really stupid rat race at the end.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's following the formula, it's the goal points that have been set out before you.
Playing the game and getting evaluated by the game. Or the refs, I guess, really.
By the refs?
Yeah.
But not by yourself.
No, definitely not by yourself.
That's the one that matters. Is how you evaluate yourself.
That's kind of the conundrum of good kids, is that they're always living up to someone else's standard. And bad kids are just living up to their own standards.
Quote unquote bad kids.
I want to go drink whiskey instead of go to school.
You were one of those bad kids.
What's wrong with drinking some whiskey instead of this bullshit?
Yeah, no, definitely. So many things with education, but I'll just drop it before I get started. But I was just going to talk about Common Core and just how ridiculous the teachings are now in the schools and how much of a failure the school systems are and how it's just kind of like show up and pass and graduate and you don't know how to do anything. And then you get to college and you're upset that you're in remedial like math or reading class because you don't know how to do math above the 4th grade level. But then you're paying for these classes, but you're not getting credit for these classes. So instead of making all these kids think that they're college ready when they're not and having them pay for college classes, we should maybe think about fixing the school's curriculum to a way that is like functional for the future of society.
Blah.
And currently we're just teaching to like more and different tests.
Yeah.
It's really annoying to me to read like the new GED in Missouri is called HiSET, and like to read these HiSET practice tests and like what you like should know for like social studies it's just a lot of bullshit.
Yeah,
it's like, so much bullshit. I don't know.
Ultimately, it's just someone decide. Like, who's deciding what the youth of America needs to know?
Right. Yeah. Who is McGraw and Hill?
It's a decision. I mean, and someone just thought of that.
Yeah.
It's like someone thought of money.
Economy, money.
It's all made up. I mean, it's nonsense. We're all just playing games.
It's all based on our confidence in it. So if one day we wake up and we just all have implicit confidence in the monetary system and we decide to, instead of using money, we use plastic Walmart bags.
What you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do? We're gonna have a different. We'll be rich. I'll be rich. I don't know about you. I got a lot of bags. I got them stored up.
They become really scarce if we did that. Because I got a shit ton I'm trying to get rid of. Like, I'm scared to walk in and I feel so embarrassed to put them in that bin where you recycle them because I'm like, I have so many of these. And they keep building because I'm so ashamed to do it. So many. And then I feel really guilty to throw them away. You can't put them in the single stream recycling outside my apartment. And this is a really frustrating situation. But, then they become really scared. In Korea, you had to buy a plastic bag.
Oh.
There's a couple on, so.
Wow.
That's what I guess.
You would be rich if it were to convert over to plastic.
Yeah.
Plastic is
Hold on to them.
Currency.
Hold on to them.
Would it be Walmart bags only, or can it be Schnucks?
I feel like there would be, like there's a 1, a 5, a 10, a 20. There would be a hierarchy of bills, like Walmart would be universal, so that's the 100 or something. I don't know. Maybe that's the 1. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Deerberg's is a 10.
What about Trader Joe's paper bags?
Trader Joe's paper bags? No,
Yeah,
we're not accepting paper.
Not a paper society.
That isn't money.
This is we're sick of putting these plastic bags in a big Texas-sized pile in the Pacific Ocean. We're gonna trade these and treasure them like as if they were gold. That needs to be our new. It's like going green to the ultimate extent. Like don't throw these things away. Hold on to them.
I mean, keep everything because you never know what's going to be the new money.
Go green.
Prisoners started using sardine cans or something like that. Like
what?
Yeah, because a sardine can is roughly $1, I think.
Oh, and cigarettes. I've heard they've used cigarettes.
Literally. I don't know if it was sardines. It was either sardines, tuna, or anchovies.
I hope tuna.
I'm surprised they let them have the can.
It was one of the 3 or something.
It's pretty sharp.
Who knows if it was a can?
Pull it off and
we get them from the correctional facilities all the time. I just had one the other day, and they do. People will do desperate things to get out of jail.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
And I can't imagine. I'm just surprised they give them a sardine can because you can do a lot of damage with that.
I mean, it goes against every one of your animal instincts to be locked up. So yeah, you probably do a lot of shit to get out.
This dude pulled his eyes out.
Ah.
Yeah.
With his bare hands.
Well, that's how. I don't know. I don't know exactly how he did it. They weren't very. He wasn't very forthcoming, and the cops. We don't know what the fuck happened, but yeah, he popped him out.
What? He pulled his eyes out?
He did.
Did you see it?
He disconnected them too?
We got him at the point that they were in the bag.
Where do you work?
I worked in the ER.
Oh my God. Wait, you saw eyes in the bag the other day?
That's what you do. If you amputate something, they put it in a bag and they bring it in so that hopefully we can reattach it. But not your eye.
Man.
Was he on something, did you say?
No. When you're in prison, what do you have? I guess so, but what do you have access to?
I guess before he got to prison, if he was high.
Because jail is before prison, but he was in.
I feel like you can get stuff in jail, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cell phones.
They probably
weed.
make their own like heroin in the toilet.
Anything.
Make their own heroin in the toilet.
I
No, they definitely make wine. I think
They make wine out of
Oh,
fruit, canned fruit. They ferment that shit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah,
heard
tomato
prison
wine.
wine.
Yeah.
Toilet Coke.
When you're desperate.
Toilet Coke.
They make like those fucking pizzas out of like ramen noodles and like crunched up Doritos
That's like poverty level.
and hot water. They do that shit all the time.
Whoa.
They're creative. I
Yeah.
give them that.
Ingenuity, man.
Yes.
I was reading a Vice article about the most highest security solitary confinement prison in the United States in Colorado. And it was an interview with a guy who had got out. And it's a prison that rarely anyone gets out of. You either die in there or you get executed.
Oh,
And
shit.
he got out.
Like, not broke out. He, was released.
He was released after like 10 years
I
or
thought
some
you
shit.
escaped.
And he was like, it's situated in the mountains in Colorado. And he's like, you can't see sky. You can't see land. It's just like tucked in. He's like, it was hell. 23 hours of solitary a day.
What?
23 of solitary.
23.
In your room, he said, everything is concrete. Your bed's concrete.
What?
With just foam on top. Your sink,
fuck.
everything.
What did he do to get in there?
He was, I don't think it was like anything super gruesome. He was just like a real big issue in other prisons. You know, like he was a gang criminal type individual and then was in other prisons and then killed or assaulted guards and shit like that. So they put him in there.
Should I go?
All right, so,
Hi.
talking about people coming out of jail and options.
Yeah, just there's not a lot of options for folks coming out of jail as far as jobs go, as far as opportunities in general go.
Yeah. I think part of that is because we pretend to be better as a society than we are for real.
Well, that's
We pretend to be more magnanimous and stuff, but the reality is that nobody wants to work with prisoners or ex-convicts and stuff like that because you don't trust them because,
Yeah.
I mean, officially they've served their debt to officially they've served their debt to society, so it should be level, treat them like anybody else. But the reality is that,
you've been to
sticks
jail.
around.
It's like a mark on you now, and it's going to follow you for.
Habit of judging future behavior based on past behavior.
Yeah.
You did that, so who's to say you won't do it again?
True.
Yeah, but then you also got to look at I don't know in Missouri in particular if there are any for-profit prisons, but I know that's a problem in other states. They have prisons that make money based on the number of prisoners that they have.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Trying to fill the beds. That just doesn't seem conducive to a useful.
How do they make money? Because the normal prison
I don't
charges
know.
the prisoners for their stay. They charge them I don't know, a couple bucks a day or something.
I
they get
really
billed
don't
at the
know.
end. And then that's why they work menial jobs to try to pay off some of it. But where would they get their money from?
For-profit.
State stuff, offsets. I don't know. I'm not sure how for-profit prisons make a profit, but it sounds shady.
Yeah.
But in general, also, then you gotta look at how many people are in jail here for petty drug crimes, whether they were selling weed, had weed on them, really anything on them. I feel like jail probably isn't the right answer for someone with a drug problem.
Since MPC closed and they had the psych emergency room, we've had a greater influx of the police bringing us their psychiatric ER admissions. And we've had cops a couple times. There was one, she was stealing from a convenience store and she only got $5. She got a bag of Doritos, some beef jerky, a couple things, and it was nothing. And they charged her so many times and we recognize this is a mental health issue, and if we just keep trying to charge her with different things, it's obviously not doing any good. So she's your problem. That verbatim, that was the cop's words. He's like, we've had her in all week. And every time we let her out, she goes and does something else. This is clearly a mental health problem, and it's your problem now. I was like, cool. We can't help her any better than you can. But they were like picking her up for petty stuff like that. She got only a couple bucks from a convenience store, and of course it was stabbed, and the convenience store owner wanted to press charges, but it really wasn't much more than like a bag of Doritos and some beef jerky and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's petty crime. That's what we're filled with in like our prison system. You don't have to give them your name though. You can get away with that for a really long time.
The cops.
Prison or something?
Like if you get arrested, and I guess if you don't have any ID, I don't know if they're like allowed to search you, but we have had that problem before with them bringing people in. They won't give us their identity. The cops don't have their identity, and it's like, oh, God. They'll still try to press charges on you, but you don't really technically have to tell them your name.
Yeah, that's actually going to be in a highlight of this very show. Rick.
I think Rick had a thing.
Has one. Check that.
He did. He did not. He wouldn't tell the cop his name.
Yeah.
He was in there. How long was he stuck in there?
Like hours. One of our friends who's on the podcast with us some weeks, Rick, he, I guess, was pulled over and was exercising his Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights, and was like kind of being a prick about it, but also kind of knowing what he was doing. And he got arrested, and then refused to give them his name for like hours.
You don't
They just continually got angrier and angrier, but couldn't do anything to him.
Really?
Yeah.
It just makes the process easier for the cops.
Yeah, made him sit around and wait for a long time, and then finally released him. So it works, I guess, depending on your crime. I'm sure.
Yeah, I think if you.
If you murdered someone and then didn't tell them your identity,
just wait it out.
Yeah.
Nothing cooler than pleading the fifth.
Yeah.
Fuck you, I'm not saying
That
shit.
is
That's
such a
so
goddamn.
cool.
It's such a privileged thing to be able to plead the damn fifth. I feel like it's a Dave Chappelle joke that I'm not suited to tell. Because he does a good white guy voice.
Oh.
It's like, officer, I plead the fifth.
Yeah, I've never pled the fifth before.
Probably not wise.
No. Probably.
In certain situations, yeah. Protects you from being self-incriminated.
Yeah.
In theory.
Just to know the situation I've been in. But yeah, it also does give you the well, he did it kind of thing. Whenever big white collar theft business criminals plead the fifth.
Yeah.
You're well, he fucking did it. That guy definitely did it. Ken Starr. Wait, what was that guy's name? The Enron guy. Do you know him?
Kenneth Lay?
Kenneth Lay, yeah, Kenneth Lay has a big old plaque and picture in the Mizzou Business School. Which that was one of my favorite things in that area.
If you did it, if you did it, plead the fifth.
Yeah, if you did it, plead the fifth. A message from is that what we're calling this?
One of the questions. It's one of the questions. The second question is, what's the name of this show?
What?